Yeah, had me another powerful workout. You know, they say it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But you know what? I don't draw no line of separation between either or, because how you start is just as important as how you finish, but also how you play the game. You know what I'm saying? So y'all had another powerful workout. No excuses. I'm feeling amazing. Getting myself hydrated, rehydrated. Said I was gonna turn this camera on. But yo, I envision when I first got started on, this I would say this Xooma Worldwide health supplement journey of health and economical freedom. I envision all of the complaints of people, or that people have, about not having enough time, not having enough money, not being able to afford to do the things that you want to do. I envision all of that being a thing of the past. I envision true freedom for those that really want it. Whatever you get from me is going to be real. Now, I may not give you every single aspect of my life on these platforms, but that's not why I'm here. I'm not a sitcom or a television show. You got plenty of apps, and plenty of other distractions, or to entertain you. But I still chop it up with you about a lot of real topics, and they be very random, just things that I see. I might be on YouTube, or I might be, wherever I'm at. Something might inspire a thought, and I might just shoot a thought at you. But I had a powerful workout today. I done already got freshened up, cleaned up, glistened up, groomed up, and I'm feeling myself, because I have to earn my self-respect each and every day. It's not something that I put on hold. I can't live off of what I did last week, or last month, or last year. Every day I gotta show up. I gotta show up and show out for me, and I trust that you're doing the same thing for you. I did me some squats, some body squats. I did me some push-ups. I did me some crunches, and I did what else did I do? I did some curls. This is my curl week, because I transitioned, and as you can see, I'm getting hydrated with the best. You know what I'm saying? But let me talk to you about my vision, though. I hear a lot of times people complaining about things. And I started this health supplement journey about 6 years ago. Better health and financial freedom. It's not something that has to be sold to you. It's not something that had to be sold to me. It's not something that I had to be convinced of. Why? Because before I even knew about these products or about this company, right, I was already doing the self-work. So if you already doing the self-work and you come across something that can make it better, then it's not something that I would have to be convinced of. It's something that just fits like a piece of a puzzle that, probably that's missing, and you just put it in its right and proper place. You see what I'm saying? Because that's going to make the picture clearer. It's going to make the picture better. But a lot of times, you could be looking for something and not know exactly what it is. But if you haven't been doing the self-work, then you're going to have to be sold on your own solution. And that could help you or cause you to miss your opportunity. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you something. Society is changing. I envision, whether you on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever platform you on, it's as powerful as the purpose that you use it for. I see a lot of times people be like, well, you know, I'm just up here to be entertained, for entertainment. Don't you know that there are about 3 billion people on, or more, 3 to 4 billion people just on Facebook alone globally? That's an international market. But what I've encountered, a lot of times when people think about money, you think about a job, or you think about, if you think about a business, you tend to see a building, you know. But online shopping is the way of the world. Most of the things that people are buying now, they're buying it on the internet. So if you on the internet every day, right? If you don't have some kind of website, if you don't have some kind of value that you can either offer to people or point people in the right direction, then you're not leveraging. You know, you're still playing the game, this game called economics, like you back in the 80s and the 70s and the 80s and the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and all of that. If you got the money and you really want a car, you could just get on the internet right now and just order you a car and they'll drop it off in front of your house. So this is the reason why I don't really understand why you have so many people out here that seem to be crying out for help when all of the help is right in the palm of your hands. You got $500 to $2,000 phones that you're paying for every month, and you're using it primarily for entertainment. Your phone is supposed to be a write-off. Your laptop, your everything that your gas in your car should be a write-off. You see what I'm saying? All of this, every time you get on a plane, it's supposed to be a write-off. Every time you get in your car, it's supposed to be a write-off. Every time you sit down to have lunch, it's supposed to be a write-off. You're supposed to be getting paid in the front, up front, and on the back end when it's time for you to do your taxes. But, you know, they say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink. And the more I live, the more that saying becomes real. See, I don't mind getting up here and talking to you, you know, because it's easy. Why? Because I'm free. You know what I'm saying? I know in a lot of cases, well, I don't know, because that's me guesstimating, but I know in some cases, people, you know, some people see me share health products, supplements, you know, asking you, do you want to get this money? You know, you may think that I'm coming forth from a position of need or a position of desperation. But when you go buy a lotto ticket, or you go to the liquor store, or you go buy that pack of cigarettes, right? Or you go to the casino, I mean, you're not operating off of out of desperation. At least I would hope not. You know, I would hope not. Now I know that may not be true for everybody, but what you see me doing is offering value that can help you to improve upon your life, because I'm already attached to the value. You know, but I envision people all across the nation and all across the world improving upon our health each and every day, putting these fine quality minerals, vitamins, minerals, and quality supplements in our bodies every day, right? And improving upon our quality of life, and at the same time getting paid to do it, right? That's the vision. Because most people's bills, from what I've seen on the average, you know, range anywhere between lowball, you know, what, $2,500, $3,000 to $7,500 a month, something like that. I mean, I'm not talking about just rent. I'm talking about your rent, your gas, if you got children, your personal effects or whatever. You know, of course, like I said, that's just average. Now, if you would need for $2,500 a month, then you definitely shouldn't be need to be convinced in order to get you some extra cash. With $100, you could use $100 a month to put yourself in a position with other people who are in the same situation that you're in, that want the same thing, and all you doing is just spending money with a company that takes care of everything else. They take care of the rest. And it might sound too good to be true, but that's because you're not in position to see for yourself whether or not if it's too good to be true. And the more people that we align ourselves with to do the same thing, and what's that? To invest in ourselves every month. We could create our own check, our own economy. But I think that what it is what they call hypnotic rhythm. You could be doing something for so long that you believe that that's the only way. But the world is changing. Now they got AI, they got robotics, they got automation. A lot of the jobs and things are becoming obsolete. They're just laying people off. A lot of people are panicking. Even the people with the degrees, the bachelor degree, all of these things, right? Masters, doctorate, technical, it doesn't matter. They're replacing you. So at some point, I envision that the people are going to have to wake up and realize that instead of just competing all the time against one another, you'll start forming cooperatives. You'll start organizing your consumer dollars and using it to monetize with those consumer dollars. And instead of just being up here every day debating and getting dopamine fixes off of whether or not if somebody like or heart or agree with you, your comment or your post, we could turn these interactions into weekly checks, legitimate legal checks, cash flow, residual income each and every week, checks hitting like clockwork by doing what you already doing, pressing buttons. But you're not pressing buttons with a purpose. You want to be seen, you want to be heard, you want people to like you, you want people to agree with you. You're aligning yourself with people who have the same thought processes and share the same perspectives. But at the same rate, you'll turn right back around and say, well, I don't know nobody. I don't know anybody. You are using your offline reality and you're canceling out your online reality where you have access to millions and millions of people, billions of people. And because you're stuck in one way of thinking, you're convincing yourself that you don't have anybody that you could talk to, or that you don't know anybody that will be interested in the same thing that you're interested in, and you talk your way out of your opportunity to improve upon your life. You see? But what I envision is a different reality. I envision you getting 10, 15, 20, 30 emails a day saying that somebody else have just joined the organization, people that you haven't even met. Why? Because when one person meet 3 people, or when one person meet one person that know 10 people, and those 10 people, each of them know 4 or 5 people, and those 5 people know 15 people, and those individual 15 people know another 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 people. The laws of compound interest says that when you throw the rock into the pond, the ripple effect, but imagine if you could get paid again and again and again off of infinite ripple effects. Just by you doing one thing, just by you doing the one thing in the right way with the right people, You could get paid again and again and again and again and again. Legally. But a lot of y'all just want to get up here and be heard and seen for free. It ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? With a little influence, a little dopamine fix. But what about your reality? You know, can you afford to buy the groceries that you really want to eat every month, every day, every week? You know, are you behind on bills? Right? Is your car threatening to get repoed? They done put a limit on that Section 8. You know, I don't know when they gonna implement it, but they saying 2 years. Or you might be all the way on top of your game. Because this game ain't just for those that's without. You may have all of the bread, but not enough time to spend it. You may have the money and the time, but your health is on the floor. See, we got something for everybody. It's called get in where you fit in and get what you want out of it. So who's shopping with me this month? You know, the market has slowed up, but I'm still here. You know, the only way I can really eat off of this is if you want to eat with me. The only way that you can eat off of this is if you want to eat together. This is a cooperative economical plan. It's not about no MVP, no one person control the ball. No, everybody is spending the same $100 bare minimum a month so that we can all cash in and collect. You see what I'm saying? But I'm going to keep telling you about this opportunity. You know, because my survival and my way of life is not dependent on whether or not if you do it or not, you know. I'm going to use the products and I'm going to live my life how I'm going to live my life, just like how you're going to live your life and you know how you live your life. But one thing about it, I got time freedom. I don't have to do things every day that I don't want to do. I'm legit, you know. The law ain't looking for me. So if you're in a situation where you know things could be better, I think things could always be better. You know what I'm saying? But if you're in dire straits, but you're still smoking, you in dire straits and behind on stuff, or you in a situation that you know, but you still spending money on things that can't help to get you out of that situation or to improve upon that situation. $100 ain't nothing but a little bit over, not even $4 a day. That's like $3 and some change a day. That's the cost of freedom. I just want you to really think about that. That the price of freedom in 2025 is, say, $3.50. Because in 30 days, $3, 3 times 30 is 90. So you just got to make up that $10. You got 30 days to make up that last $10 of that $100. So what are you spending your money on? But every time you tell me and yourself that you can't afford $100 a month, in most cases, because there's an exception to every rule, you ain't doing nothing but telling a damn lie. You see? See, I pride myself on living a life wherein I can live and be myself and be who I really am and what I am. What I really am, which is a man. See what I'm saying? That I don't got to sacrifice my self-identity for a check. That I don't got to sell my time and sell my pride and sell my self-respect. And I don't got to hold my spit, hold my breath just to get $1. You see what I'm saying? That's what my life always been about. And I'm telling you that Xooma Worldwide, this company, is what the people need. But you could procrastinate. You could lie. You could do whatever you want to do. But I want you to ask yourself, are you living how you really want to live every day? You see what I'm saying? See, I'm going to have my way regardless. Because I know how to have my way. You see what I'm saying? You got to ask yourself, can you say the same thing for yourself? Or are you having to get up every day doing things you know you really don't want to do? You got to become somebody that you know you really are not just to make $1. You see what I'm saying? But then you'll come back and say you can't serve two masters. You'll come back and say, oh, you know what I'm saying, you got knowledge of self, you know what I'm saying, you conscious, you know, you aware, you know what I'm saying, you spiritual. But that consciousness and that awareness and that spirituality got to translate within inside of the, you know, in the real 3D world. You know what I'm saying? The actual physical tangible is still spiritual. Or are you compromising your real true values just so you could do this or do that or get this or get that? And then you say, oh, well, it's a means to an end. Well, if that's the case, then what's really a control? You know what I'm saying? Are you really a control of your life? Are you really having it your way, the way how you say you want to have it? You know what I'm saying? Or are you just capping for social media? You know what I'm saying? Because anybody could get up here and be anybody that they say they want to be. But one thing about it, you know what I'm saying? You still got to have those receipts in order to back up all that shit you talking. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? See, I'm going to exercise tact at all times, right? I'm not going to get nasty with nobody up here on this platform. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no reason to. But at the same rate, I'm not looking for everybody. Everybody is not my people. I'm not going to reach everybody. I'm not going to connect with everybody. But one thing I'm not going to do, for the people that I do reach, I am not going to become a caricature of myself. I am not going to say the things that you expect for me to say. I'm not going to be who you want me to be or expect that I should be, because then I wouldn't be being me. And if the real true nature and character and currency and identity and flow, you know what I'm saying, that help to make me me, you know what I'm saying, is something that you reject or you resist or that you don't like or that you can't stand, then the value that I have to provide, it's just not for you. Because see, people don't buy products, people invest in people. It's an energy exchange. You see what I'm saying? It's an energy exchange. But guess what? I would advise you not to allow your personal perception and views of me on an individual basis to cause you to miss out on that value that company got. Because if you don't want to shop through me because you don't like me or you don't like what I said on a post or you don't like my politics or you don't like how I look or you don't like what I said last week, then that means that your mind is distracted. Because guess what? That company still over there got what you want and what you need. If you don't want to shop through me, you can always get with that company and shop directly through them. You ain't got to go through me. And guess what? I'm not going to die because you don't. You see what I'm saying? See, I'm fully aware that out of all almost 8 billion people on the planet, I'm not going to reach everybody. I have already accepted what come with the game called prosperity. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? I'm going to still exercise every day. I'm going to still drink clean, healthy, mineralized, living water. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to still run my miles every week. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to still be good to me. I'm going to still be me, whether or not, you know what I'm saying, if you connect with me, shop through me, or you don't. Because guess what? At the end of the day, I'm going to still keep having life my way, just like you going to keep having life your way. But I challenge you to ask yourself, are you really living according to your core values, or do you got to hide your core values? Do you have to hold your breath every day just to make $1 or to make an impression? You see what I'm saying? Who are you really seeking to impress then? You see what I'm saying? Cause are they paying your bills? You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, you know, I need to put on a certain attire. What that got to do with it? You see what I'm saying? What that got to do with it? You either see the value or you don't. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, the transaction that you making is an investment inside of your own health and your own financial stability. See, those that I build with, I'm not going to have to lie to. I'm not going to have to fake the funk with. I'm not about to have to tell you what you want to hear every day, even though it's some bullshit. I'm not about to have to live that way. Get what? I don't live on lies and deception and manipulation and all of that right there. The people that I build with, I'm going to be able to be myself. And they're going to see the value. They're going to see the simplicity of what's right there in front of us. And we gonna live healthy, we gonna live long, and we gonna have it our way. I envision you not having to work no damn job every day that you don't want to work. I envision you not having to worry about how you gonna send your children to college. I envision you being able to hop on a plane anytime you want to get on that plane to go wherever you want to go, wherever you want to go, without you having to worry about how much it costs or when you got to get back. That's what I envision for us. I envision us living however we want to live out here, you know what I'm saying, unabated, you know what I'm saying, as long as it's within side of the laws and regulations of the land, right? But you get my drift. Aren't you tired of making excuses about you not being happy? You see what I'm saying? I'm very happy. I feel great. And guess what? I'm looking for people that want the same things for yourself that I want for myself. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not willing to do the self-work, don't nobody got to convince me to get my products every month. I get my products every month. I've been getting these products every month for 6 years. And prior to that, I was plant-based for what? 7 or 8 years before I even came across this inventory. I work out every day. Everything that I do is for me first. You see what I'm saying? So whether you like me, don't like me last week, don't like me this week, saw a post that pissed you off, saw another post that made you feel happy and glad. Hey, life is full of emotions, but don't get blinded by the smoke, because you got to know that this opportunity is real. And if you feel like $100 a month is too much for you to invest inside of you, then guess what? You not the type of person that I'm looking for. You see what I'm saying? If you think $30 is too much for you to invest inside yourself, I definitely know you're not the person that I'm looking for. Because you might can't do 100 right now. You probably say, well, you know what? I got some things going on. What am I saying? Invest something in yourself. Get in the game. You know, put something in your body every day that can actually give it life. But I am looking for those that want to get this bag, that want to get this residual income flowing. You know why? Because it's real. It's real. Don't nobody got to convince me to do nothing. I'm not an employee, people. I don't want to be an employee. I'm not an employee. Everything that you see me doing is voluntarily being done. Because I know it's real. You see? So at some point, I'm going to cross paths with the people that want to get what I want for myself for themselves. And what's that? You can't tell me that if we got an organization of shoppers who are doing $100 overhead on products for ourselves as customers at discount prices, and we repeat that process of shopping with the same company through each other, that after a while we will have dozens of people doing the same thing, hundreds of people, thousands of people from all over buying the same products from the same company each and every month, $100 minimum. And that company is sharing the profits through the volume of sales with us as a shoppers network. Another $5,000 to $7,000 of residual income each and every month with bonuses and discounts as customers, wherein you don't got to handle no transactions. You don't got to warehouse nothing. You see, you don't have to process an order. You don't got to ship nothing. No back and forth to the post office. The company take care of everything for us. People, if you don't want to do that, you don't want to do nothing together. That's what I'm convinced of. But see, a lot of times you think that life had to be hard. My life ain't about to be no harder than it already been in the past. You see what I'm saying? You see, I'm not about to work on nobody's job. You see what I'm saying? I'm not about to do nothing I don't want to do. And if you think like me and you want to have life your way, then hey, All I'm saying is that the plate, the tablecloth, the china, the silverware, you know what I'm saying, the meal, it have already been prepared. But see, a lot of times, you're still thinking in the past. You think you got to build it brick by brick. You want to reinvent the wheel. You know, you want to, a lot of times it's the ego. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having your own, but guess what? I don't even want the responsibility of being no employee of my own business. I don't want no traditional business. A lot of people that I see that got them traditional business, yeah, they got a business, they got cash flow, but they hardly got no time for themselves to do what they want to do. You see what I'm saying? It's just like they own a job. I don't want to own a job neither. I want to do what I want to do, go where I want to go when I get ready. I want to be able to get paid on the beach. When I'm asleep, I want money still coming in. And we got the ability to do it because we got all of this technology. You see what I'm saying? Why you got to get up and go get in traffic when you don't want to? Why? Why you got to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week just to get chunked off on the prices out in the marketplace? You got to sell your time to somebody else only to get a portion of what it is that you doing for them. And a lot of times you ain't got no time to spend with your kids or with your spouse or with your mate or with your boo or with your babe. And that's the reason why a lot of y'all health is falling off. You really don't even have time to take care of yourself. How you gonna love yourself like that when somebody else control more of your time than you do? Just something to think about. But look, I'm about to get my protein. It's protein hour. Y'all know I'm plant-based. I just had me a power workout, got myself cleaned up, everything, and I said I will turn this camera on to speak life into your life, to let you know that you do not have to suffer. You do not have to continue to try to muscle it all on your own. You don't have to continue to be a singularity. Leverage, compound interest, cooperative economics, residual income, passive income. The power of passive income is so powerful I can't hardly get it out my mouth. See what I'm saying? Tap in. You know, you won't be by yourself. Anybody that want to get this health and wealth, I'm very accessible. I talk to people on the phone all the time. Emails, DM me. You got a question, I answer the question. You got direct access to me if you want to build. You see what I'm saying? But if you ain't trying to build, you know what I'm saying? I'm not about to let nobody waste my time. You see what I'm saying? I don't even waste my time. You know? So, yo, take care of yourselves. Health is wealth. You know what I'm saying? It's the last month of the year. We going to 2026. You need help keeping and managing your weight. You know you're going to be eating a whole lot of cake, a whole lot of this, a whole lot of that, drinking this, eating that, whatever you're going to be doing. You know what I'm saying? We got everything you need on the inventory in order for you to take care of yourself, even when you're not thinking about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yourself will still be doing what it got to do because you provided it what it needed in order to take care of you when you taking care of things that's outside of you. It's your brother. Here's to life. Take care of yourselves. Think about what I'm saying. Erase your, how can I say? Get rid of the fear. You know what I'm saying? You see what I look like? This is my real name. I'm a real person. Stop being afraid of the very answers to your prayers that you've been praying on, meditating on. Your answers are not going to always look like how you may expect for them to look. The very things that you need right now could be right in your face. But because it doesn't fit a particular image or a particular idea of what you thought your answers would be, you discriminate and you exercise prejudice. You exercise prejudice again when it comes down to your own answers, and then you wonder why you feel like your life's so hard. You know, life is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people gave up on me. A lot of people gave up on you too. You know, but guess what? I never ever fell victim to depression. Never fell victim to anything negative inside of my mindset that would make me turn on myself. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about wealth before I go? The foundation of wealth is the belief in yourself against all odds. When the whole world turn their back against you, you got to believe in you. You got to get up every single day and do what you got to do and make sure that you good. See what I'm saying? And when everybody telling you that it's not possible, if you see the reality for what it is, why would you let somebody else talk you out of what you know you see to be and what you know to be true? You see what I'm saying? This is something to think about. But the foundation of wealth, a lot of people think it's money. No, it's the belief in yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's your right mind. It's your health. It's your sustainability, your self-sustainability. You see, because if you not right inside of yourself, then you're going to have inner conflict. You're going to have inner turmoil. You're going to have self-doubt. You're going to have fear. You're going to be afraid to make that move that you know you're supposed to make. You're going to come up with all kind of rationalizations and procrastination to keep you doing what you know what you're supposed to be doing. But if you give up on yourself, you let your health fall down, you don't care about your appearance, you don't feel exceptionally well and amazing within inside of yourself, you don't feel confident inside of yourself, you could be flat broke. So what? You're not broken. You see what I'm saying? And you keep going. You keep getting up. You keep doing it. You see what I'm saying? If you don't know something, read a book, learn it. Keep doing it. So what they said no. So what I'm not interested. So what? Guess what? Are you interested in your dreams? You see what I'm saying? Are you going to continue to say yes to having it your way out here in this world? Or are you going to let those that can't see what you see, don't know what you know, don't want what you want, and don't believe in themselves the way how you believe in yourself? You going to let them talk you out your dream? You going to let them talk you out of what you really want, the life you really want to live? I can't answer that for you. But guess what? I'm not about to let nobody, you know what I'm saying? Even it's going to be people that's going to be involved with things. You see what I'm saying? That's going to introduce you to things. That's going to give up. Don't even let them make you give up. You see, you got to be self-driven. And you got to envision the type of life that you want to live. And you can have it your way. You can be healthy, strong, vibrant. I'm 48 years old. I can still run my miles, do my push-ups. I feel amazing. So this ain't no chemical in my beard. Yeah, I plucked them little grays. I ain't ready for them yet, but I ain't about to put no chemicals in there. Look at my skin. You know what I'm saying? I'm 48 years old. You know what I'm saying? I could grow hair. Do I recede a little bit? Yeah, I do that. You know what I'm saying? But this is the real it's gonna get. You see what I'm saying? But for me pushing 50, hey fam, I'm not tooting my own horn, but it's guys out here that's 20, 30 years younger than me. You see what I'm saying? What am I saying? I'm living proof. Self-preservation is real. Put the right things inside your body. Take care of yourself to the best of your ability. Yeah, we all gotta die. We all gotta leave here. You know what I'm saying? All my teeth. I can't, these teeth don't come out my brain, out my head. Still I lost a soldier while I was in the joint. You know what I'm saying? I show y'all little tattoos, things like that. You know why? Because this me. You know what I'm saying? I can articulate, speak to you on whatever level it is you want to speak on, but at the end of the day, I'm going to still be me. Because why? Once you see the real me for me, you don't never ever got to be surprised up the road when it comes down to, can I put a suit on? I can put a suit on, put a tie on, put cufflinks on. I could do all that. But I could also put on them sweats and them shorts and put on them shoes, them tennis shoes and that tank top. You know what I'm saying? And get out there and get in the mud with you too. You know what I'm saying? And grind. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a whole lot of things, people. You know what I'm saying? Do I like to read? Yeah, I like to read. I like chess. I'm a thinker. I like to meditate. I get up early. You know what I'm saying? And I love myself. I love myself in a way that you would just have to love yourself in the same way in order to really, truly understand. You know what I'm saying? Just what you really dealing with. You know? So may this be of an inspiration to you. Don't give up on yourself, even when the whole world turning back on you. You know what I'm saying? So if I tell you something, that shit is real. You see what I'm saying? It's real. But you gotta want it for yourself. I can't buy the product for you. I can't use the product for you. I can't create your free website for you. I can't talk to other people for you. I can't build and do things for you. What I can do, I could just let you know that I'm doing it and that it's real, and I can inspire you, and I can speak life into you. You know what I'm saying? You got a question, I can answer for you. I build with you. So $2,000 a month is a reality. You could do that. $3,000 a month residual income. You could do that. Whatever your goal is. Some people have greater aspiration. What is your aspiration? How much extra cash do you need flowing in your household in order to make things right for you and your family? You got to answer that question. You should have an answer. Oh, I need another 1,000 or another 2,000, another 3,000. What I'm saying, you don't got to build everything from scratch. This is a 30-year-old company. You don't got to package nothing. You don't got to create no product. You don't got to box nothing. You don't need no pitney bowls. All you got to do is just shop. Minimum. Overhead. Show me how many businesses cost $100 a run every month. You know what I'm saying? No employees. It's a new age. It's time to accelerate and evolve when it comes down to how we view money and how it's made and how it flows. But we got to get out of this thinking that you got to do everything by yourself. Yeah, I'm powerful by myself. I know what I'm capable of just like you know what you're capable of. But imagine if we had 1,000, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 people, 10,000 people buying the same product, improving upon our health, and making money with each other at the same time that the company pays us every week, every month, every year, like clockwork. You know what I'm saying? I envision you being free to be able to create what you want to create, build what you want to build, be who you want to be, not having to put on a costume every day and be a fake you every day just to fit into somewhere, some kind of environment that's not of your own. See what I'm saying? Where you gotta be somebody that you know you really not and do things that you know you really don't want to do just to make it. See what I'm saying? So, yo, if you really want to get free, get at me. You know what I'm saying? And we'll build this thing brick by brick. You know what I'm saying? Week by week, month by month, till we got us an organization that takes care of everybody involved. That's what I envision. I'm out of here. Peace.